guys, my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here today. If you are new to my channel and like what you see, please consider subscribing. Also, giving me a big thumbs up really helps me out here on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the video today. Today's video is going to be all about how to make inexpensive but gorgeous signs. So let's jump right into it. Our first DIY today is going to be these wooden trio of pumpkins using wooden pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the raffia bows and the hangers. I will be painting the outer edges and the stems with Waverly Plaster chalk paint. I am then going to paint each pumpkin a different color on the inside, one with this Night Sky by Waverly, one with Celery by Waverly, and one with Pumpkin by Waverly. Here is what we have. Now I'm going to be wrapping the stems with some jute cord. This is optional, but I think it adds a really nice look. So I put down a dab of hot glue and then I just continue to wrap until my entire stem is covered. Once that is done and repeated on all three, I'm going to glue these down to a long wooden plank sign that I purchased at Dollar Tree. One on either side and one on the top in the middle like so. Now I'm going to get this little Farm Fresh sign that came in a pack from Dollar Tree and paint it with Waverly Truffle chalk paint. I am then going to add a bow to the top of each pumpkin. These two bows are a ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use a different Dollar Tree ribbon to create my third bow. I'm just going to demonstrate how here. By folding it over, you want one loop on either side and then tails, twining it together in the middle and gluing it down. My tails were too long, I gave them a trim, and I also did a dovetail upward, which is actually just a triangle upward, to give me a boutique finish. I then added my raffia bows back into the middle of each bow to again add a little nice finishing touch. So easy, so customizable. Use any ribbons or colors that you like, but I think that this turned out gorgeous. You could put a hanger on the back, so this can be a hanging sign, or you can just leave it as a leaner like I did, and this would be a perfect accent for any vignette or space in your home where you would like a fairly large fall decoration. Okay guys, let's jump into my next fall sign. This one is so inexpensive but really adorable. I've never made a scarecrow before and I'm not perfect with faces, but I do think that I upgraded this. This is what it looked like from Dollar Tree in the $1.25 section, and I am going to be removing the hat brim with that little skimpy hair on it, the bow, the hanger at the top, and I'm also going to be popping off that little nose as I am going to use it later on. So once I get everything removed, I decided to just flip it over and use the back side and cover the side with brown craft paper, but if you wanted to peel off all the paper, you could do that. I painted it with Waverly Plaster. I got this fabric from Dollar Tree, took a small piece and Mod Podged it to the top by applying Mod Podge on the bottom and the top of my fabric and allowing that to dry. Once that was done, I just trimmed around it by flipping it over and trimming off the excess. Here's what that looks like. Now I'm going to take my hat brim and I'm going to paint it with some Waverly Truffle chalk paint. I am then going to set that aside and grab some raffia, or this is actually a hula skirt from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take a bunch, fold it over, and then glue the fold down just below where the fabric of that hat is. I do that on either side, and then I'm going to take some little single pieces of this raffia or hula skirt, and I'm just going to twist them at the top and glue them down to my hat brim to form bangs. I do this all the way across my hat brim, give it a little bit of a haircut, and then I'm going to be gluing that down right on top of where that hat and my face meet and right where that top of the hair is. Now I'm going to give the rest of the hair a little trim up. I don't want it to look perfect, but a little bit nicer. I glue a sunflower to the hat brim. Now I'm taking some Dollar Tree burlap and just gluing that along the bottom of my scarecrow. I also took 2 spare pieces of burlap and glued them under the sunflower just to add a little embellishment. I am then going to be dovetailing each one by folding it over and cutting a triangle upward just to again give me a little bit of a boutique finish. Now, I am not great with faces. I honestly thought that this face didn't have to be perfect because I don't think a scarecrow is supposed to be perfect. So I used my dabber to make little dots for the eyes with Waverly ink, and then I used a Waverly Ballet slipper and a dabber as well to make my little cheeks. I used a Sharpie to make the mouth and the X's, and then I glued back on this little triangular nose. And here's what this looks like. It just cost us over $1.25. I think it's adorable. You could attach a hanger to the back or leave it as a leaner. You could make a couple of these to be a couple. I think that would be absolutely adorable. Let me know what you think about this little guy down below in the comments. Okay, let's talk about today's challenge. It is called Signs of Fall. It is hosted by myself, my good friend Chantel over at the Crafty Hints, and Brenda over at Rustic and Lace DIY. Every month on the 1st, I do a challenge with these ladies. I always look forward to it and have so much fun. They are good friends of mine and so talented. I'm going to have their channels linked below in my description box, as well as the playlist for this challenge so that you can get tons of inspiration. Okay, with all that being said, let's jump back into the ideas. This is a really quick idea, more like a hack, I guess, but I found this sign at the Dollar Tree. I absolutely loved it. It is an apple pie sign. It is a hanging sign, kind of a scroll style. It was $1.25, but I was thinking, what if you don't want to hang this, or you don't have anywhere to hang this, or you'd rather just stand it up? Well, Dollar Tree also sells large wooden easels for $1.25. So all you need to do is grab up an easel, grab up the sign, and literally just place the sign on top of the easel. That is how easy it is to transform this from a hanging sign to a standing sign. They also have a hot apple cider sign as well, and how cute would it be to have them both standing together? Okay guys, let's jump into our next idea, which is this gorgeous welcome sign. This sign is super easy to make as well. You just need a wood round, a stencil or a cutout from your Cricut, or a sticker, whatever you want to use, and some florals. So I am going to be using a wood round that I got from Temu, but Dollar Tree does sell wood rounds. I'm going to paint mine with Waverly Plaster, tape off the middle, and paint either side with Tutorial Beige. I then remove the tape. To the parts I painted with Tutorial Beige, I'm going to lightly brush over them with a Waverly Plaster. To the part I painted with Waverly Plaster, I'm going to lightly brush over that with the Tutorial Beige. When brushing over the Tutorial Beige, I do kind of stop and start my brush a couple times, as I like the look that that gives, and I think it makes it look more like faux wood. But if you don't want that, just run your brush smoothly across without stopping. I then tape down my stencil and use a sponge dauber and some Waverly ink chalk paint to create this, but again, you could use your Cricut or any stencil or sticker, whatever you like. I am just dabbing my sponge up and down. When that is done, I will remove this stencil, and here is my completed sign. Now I'm going to take my bunch of florals and pull them apart. Dollar Tree has florals as well as Hobby Lobby that would look beautiful on here. I'm just going to apply them symmetrically, adding one type of floral at a time. And when I reached the middle, I had this one bunch of beautiful purple florals that I glued into the middle, and then I had one of each one of these colors of pretty flowers that I tacked on either side. This is how I made this quick and easy welcome sign. Very customizable to any floral, color, word, or shape of sign that you want to make. So there's an idea for you. Here's another fun idea using a Dollar Tree calendar and some Dollar Tree wallpaper. Grab any shape of sign. I got this one from Dollar Tree and I flipped it over. I removed the sticker and set that aside. I grabbed my 2024 calendar from Dollar Tree. Here's the image that I'm going to be using. I then grabbed some wallpaper from Dollar Tree that I liked, and I removed the backing. I placed it down on my sign and trimmed around it. Now you could just trace and trim if you prefer, but this works for me. Basically, all you want to achieve is making sure that your sign is nicely covered. Once that is done, then you can begin the DIY. So now I'm going to take this calendar page and I'm going to take a glue stick. I'm going to apply the glue stick to the back of the calendar page. You could use Mod Podge if you prefer, but I find a glue stick does not wrinkle quite as much for me. Once that is placed down and I've smoothed it out, I can then trim off the top and the bottom. Then you can just make sure that your edges are secure with a little more glue stick if necessary. And it is time to embellish your sign. So to embellish mine, I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree burlap ribbon. But again, you can use any type of ribbon that you like. You can customize the sign to any calendar page or wallpaper that you like. I just looped my ribbon over twice on either side, and here is the bow. Now I'm going to tie it tightly with a piece of twine that I had on hand, cut off the excess, and then my bow is ready to glue down. I'm going to glue my bow down at an angle in the corner of my sign. I have these two types of greenery from Walmart, but you could pick up greenery at Dollar Tree if you wanted to as well, and I'm going to cut them apart. I'm gluing down my bow, and then I'm going to take little bunches of the greenery and glue it down on either side. So on one side I'm going to have it trailing down, and on the other side I'm going to have it trailing across. And I'm using two different types of greenery for a more high-end look, and I think that this is beautiful, and I really didn't have to use very much off of each pick just to give this a beautiful look. I took a little piece that was covering my word and moved that, and then I glued a little pumpkin from a Dollar Tree pick, and here's what it looks like. So adorable. I love how this looks, and you could leave it as a leaner, or you could put a tag on the back. I mean a hook on the back to hang it from. But anyway, here's what this looks like. Quick, easy, on a budget, and I hope that you like this idea. Okay, time for the next idea. This is another calendar and wallpaper DIY, but we're going to be using a circular sign this time. I had another wood round from Temu, but Dollar Tree sells wood rounds as well. I'm going to cover it with this wallpaper from Dollar Tree. I did trace and then cut out for this one because you will need an extra piece. It doesn't quite cover the whole width of this wood round. This is a 12-inch wood round. So I applied my wallpaper and then just took that extra little piece and applied that. Here's what it looks like. And you can sand around the edge with a piece of sandpaper for a nice clean finish. I applied my calendar page with glue stick and trimmed around it. Now I'm going to create my bow with a couple of ribbons that I purchased from Temu, but Dollar Tree has similar ribbons as well. I am just going to fold over and create a bunch of loops, two of either type of ribbon. So here's what I'm doing now. I'm just stacking them on top of each other and scrunching them all together. Once they are all scrunched together, I'm going to tie them tightly. You can use a pipe cleaner, a zip tie, a piece of twine, whatever you prefer. Just make sure that they are tied very tightly. I'm going to glue the bow down to the top of my sign, and then I cut two pieces of ribbon each, and I'm going to glue the opposites together like so and just tuck them underneath the bow on either side so I have some cute tails. I am then going to be dovetailing my ends by cutting a triangle upward and then kind of bunching up my ribbon, scrunching, folding a little bit just to give it some interest and a pretty look. Now, this sign is fairly simple for the way I do my signs, but I think it is really pretty. I took a floral that I had in my stash off a Dollar Tree pick and glued it to the middle. I added a little twine hanger, and here's what this looks like. Very inexpensive, very simple, but I think it's very pretty. And again, you can customize this to any ribbon and any calendar page that you like. Let me know what you think about this one. Here's another way that you could use a Dollar Tree sign that comes out really pretty for very little effort. So grab a couple of different colors of yarn. I purchased these at Dollar Tree, and then I grabbed a Dollar Tree wreath form that has 8 sections. I am going to be wrapping this yarn around, and you can double it over if you like to make it easier, but I am going to do 3 sections with this color of yarn, and then I'm going to do another 3 sections with this color of yarn, leaving one section in between each group. That way I can do that section in different colors. So I have one this wine color and one the cream color. Here's what that looks like. Now I found a Dollar Tree sign that I liked, and I removed the top from the 2 bottom arrows. Just be careful of the staples here, and then I am going to be gluing the top to the bottom of my wreath, this beautiful hayride sign, and then I am just going to dangle those 2 arrows from the top of my wreath using the twine or ribbon, I guess, that they came on, and I just used a piece of Dollar Tree tag to attach that on the back. Here's what that looks like. Now I'm using some Dollar Tree florals and some Dollar Tree leaves on either side of my little hayride sign. This is super customizable. I cut a couple of the leaves in half. I tucked some here and there until I got it to look exactly how I wanted it, using tiny dabs of hot glue. Again, this is so customizable. Use any type of yarn that you like, any yarn colors, and Dollar Tree has several different signs like this with multiple pieces that you can take apart to DIY with. So just fill it in as full as you would like it with your florals and your leaves, and you have a quick, beautiful, and it is super affordable for a wreath, especially since you don't have to buy a ton of embellishments. You can embellish it very inexpensively. Okay guys, let's jump into my next idea or hack. Super quick, super easy. You can upgrade a Dollar Tree sign. So I had this Dollar Tree sign, and I also found this to-go container at Walmart in their new little section where they're pretending to be Target. And so I'm going to be using the top of this container because I thought it was just so pretty. So I removed my 3D piece from my Dollar Tree sign, and then I removed my to-go container's lid, and I am going to remove the contents of the Dollar Tree frame, and I'm going to trim down that little lid and place it right on the inside. Please forgive the shininess here. I'm just going to do those little pieces back up so this stays in place. Next, I did this upside down, and you guys, I didn't even realize until I was editing that it was upside down, and I teased my son, who was right next to me, telling me it looked awesome, and he also did not realize it was upside down. But for the final reveal, I have changed it. It is no longer upside down. So there's a quick and easy idea for you of a way to customize a Dollar Tree sign. So here is another upgrade, easy and simple with Dollar Tree items. If you find something you like at Dollar Tree, sometimes just upgrading the bow makes a huge difference. I like this Hello Fall cutting board, but I thought the bow was a little bit pathetic, so I ripped it off, and I took some Dollar Tree ribbon. I folded it over until I had one loop on either side, and then I cut a strip for tails. I bunched all of that together and tied it with a piece of twine. I glued it back to the top of the sign there and added back the original raffia bow. And I think it is such an upgrade. I just think it looks so much better, and it only took me a matter of seconds, and it barely cost me anything. So there's an idea for you as well. So here's the DIYs that we made today, a quick recap for you. I hope that you enjoy them. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today. I hope that you will check out the other hosts and also our playlist as well. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also give me a big thumbs up if you like this content. That lets YouTube know so they can promote to more and more people. Take care, friends, stay safe, and I will see you soon.
You can subscribe to my mom's channel, and thank you for watching today's craft, and stay safe.